They're discussing philosophy. Zeal! You got the shooters out for Zeal here in the chat. Which means that I am justified in unambiguously and unapologetically rooting for ThereGoesMySanity in this one. Because Jack World is balancing me out. Will is discussing the terms of his unconditional surrender of Zeal's? Yes, correct. Listen, okay, Zeal, if you watch this back, I know you can hear me rooting against you and you can't see Jack rooting for you, but they are rooting for you in the chat. So I'm only being unapologetic about this because I have my equal and opposite in the dark side of the Force. Also, if you had simply had the forethought to meet me when we were like 12, then maybe I'd be rooting for you. But ThereGoesMySanity was the one I met in middle school, so... You know, you should have thought about that. The burst is going to catch this, by the way, because it happened before the cinematic played. We're still okay. We get out of the. I would simply do it again. Have we considered this? Have we thought about this? We considered what if, and hear me out, right? Because it didn't work last time. But what if I did it again? Wouldn't that be sick? It's not like he has another burst. I mean, it worked. I can't. I'm saying it like it's silly, but it did. It just, like, she does so much damage, you know? Sometimes you look at a combo and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ. With God as my witness, she was fucking hammered in half. Her spine has been crushed by the anchor. Alright. We watch the cutscene of the Geo offense. But Sanity is able to escape, and any stray hit at this point will finish Zeal off for the round. Zeal has been finished off for the round. What did I say? What did I say? Start taking out bets against Jack World and who's going to win the set. I'm not actually going to take out a bet against you, Jack, to be clear. I'm not a gambling ball. Whoop. Yeah. Okay. Gold. All right, we get the Oki. We get the beach ball Oki. We're imprisoned in the corner. Dear God. Dear God. Oh fuck. The stagger pressure. The stagger pressure finds its mark. The throw finds its mark. We're going to our next round. Just like that. Just a May Guilty Gear show, and we're going to the next round. A Barre's out of Zeal's, of a gap in Zeal's pressure there, and is just not letting up. Zeal finds a good jump in here, and this, it does not break the wall because he side swapped. I thought he was going to wall stick there. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Maybe potentially should have side. Oh no! The charged 6H either activated too late or charged for too long, but it does not find Giovanna, and Zeal's got a sliver and a dream left in this game. The super at least gets him out of the corner, gives him the space to get a pretty big cash out here, and with the wall break, that will be enough to kill. So let it not be said that these games are one-sided, because we've been going to round 3. You know, both games so far, you know, I guess that could stop being the case, but, you know, it's been fairly consistent so far. And Zeal is kind of running the show here in this round. The 6H, the counter hit 6H, and I feel like it could have even been a bigger combo there. But I mean, we'll see if it matters. Got a lot of corner carry there. Zeal step dashing the fuck out of there. And this with I feel like with the RC you can definitely kill here. Yeah, that doesn't even need the RC. And we take a 1-1. We take a 1-1 Sanity Zeal. Just looking at health like this has got to be dead. Jack rolled in the comments like, Zeal! Reset the bracket and my life is yours! Of course, Zeal will have to win several rounds to get to Grand Finals to reset the bracket, but that appears to be the sentiment that Jack World is displaying. What, the 2D did an anti-air? What is it for if it does an anti-air? Ridiculous. Absurd, even. You're sweep. Giovanna sweep, not anti-airing. What world are we living in? A world where YRCs get baited, apparently, and Zeal just can't find a way out of this goddamn corner. The juggle does not quite allow for a wall splat. Bought Zeal a little bit of time, but ultimately, it is still a there goes my sanity round. 2S is in fact faster than 2D, this is true. This is in fact a little known fact. Little known fact, slash buttons tend to be faster than, oh goodness, than dust buttons. Not many people are aware of this. I noticed that a lot of the time, Sanity seems to be a big fan off of like the jump off the dolphin Oki, of like uncrossing up, because you jump over them and then he seems to like to air dash back to the original side and hit them. I don't know if that's the only version that's real or if it's just a habit. I know that Sanity is a high enough level player that with how much I've seen it, I kind of doubt that it's just a force of habit. So I'm wondering if that's like the only way to make sure that it's real and to like make it unreasonably difficult perhaps to reversal. And anyway, it's 2-1 Sanity. BT dubs, by the way. By the way, before the bracket, Zeal revealed to me that he was apparently up quite a bit. Is my understanding, at least. Got very little sleep because he was making his new controller. Just a little bit of context, you know. And so that the Zeal stands in chat will have a John if this goes poorly, not when, because it is far from guaranteed. I mentioned it. It's because, you know, the announcer like gives some kind of background context about the conditions of the player in the set. Zeal is fucking sleepy, but also is no longer playing a cardboard box. So just a dead weight loss all around. You know, worse controller, worse sleep. Like, what was he even thinking? Anyway, it's a pretty Zeal round thus far. Big life lead, way more tension. You know, Sanity is in the corner. Neither of them has a burst on the table. We're in the range where the normals have started to chip, and with meter, you know this kill. You don't even have to think about it. With meter, you don't even have to think about it. And now we must decide: are we going to a game? Are we going to a game 5? It's in Zeal's hands. Ooh, Sanity bursts out. Goodness, bursts out of the wild assault there. Which is fair enough. More efficient burst gauge usage, I suppose. I don't know that the burst was specifically because wild assault was coming, although wild assault can't be burst safe, so it could be because of that. Zeal was taking some pretty good offense there. YRC's out of defense, catches May trying to fly away, as Mays are wont to do, and the corner is once again Zeal's friend, as Sanity desperately tries to FD Zeal out, which does work, because Geo really fucking hates getting FD'd out. You think Zeal locked in? It's, but listen, you know, they have Red Bulls in here, they have 5-hour energy, maybe. Well, Zeal can have 5-hour energy. They've got caffeine in here. You know, it's very possible. We go 2-2. We go up 2-2. Adrenaline's also a thing, you know? Kibo certainly waiting in the background with bated breath to see who he will be battling next. Sanity taking a moment, icing the kicker, collecting his mental, going into this, the final game, taking a sip of water. Fate, destiny has been corrected. Sanity has a reusable, a washable glass instead of a plastic cup. There was a point of contention earlier when he received a plastic cup and someone was like, no, the proxy. But I honestly, I'm going to be super honest with you guys. I don't know how I feel about Sanity icing the kicker there, because it's been back and forth in terms of how the set is going. If the pattern from before continues, Sanity wins the set. Because it was Sanity, Zeal, Sanity, Zeal. So that the next entry in that pattern would be Sanity. I'm not sure how much disrupting the flow when the flow has been trading back and forth and technically in your advantage, I'm not sure how valuable that is. Now, I can't feel, set point, by the way, potentially for Zeal, I can't feel what Sanity's feeling, so I don't know what that situation is. I just feel like it's reasonable to see, like, you know, you're going to game 5, your opponent just won, you know, you want to stall their momentum, but Zeal hasn't had consistent momentum. You know, it's been you win, he wins, you win, he wins. If the flow stays the same, you'll win. You know, maybe that's like, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's not superficial. It's not circumstantial. What? I thought Guffey said something, but I might be crazy. Superstitious. Maybe that's superstitious. I don't know, but that's my thinking. Anyway, it's the last round. It's set point both ways now. That's what makes it the last round. That's how math works. And right now, I mean, the health bars are certainly on Team Sanity. Or Team There Goes, maybe Team Anti-Sanity. Oh, I think I mistook a Geo voice line for a kind of muted. Which is how I learned there's a lot of bass in Geo's voice. So I could mistake her for a man. Sanity is able to close it out, by the way, so all of my speculation was for naught. It was meaningless. It was pointless. I needn't have said anything. There goes my sanity. We'll move on to losers semifinals. Jack World crashing out.